Hi Kunkura! So the Viper character guide is out. I was really looking forward to this. There were quite a few things about her that I couldn't catch from the trailer. So I'm really hoping to get some clarifications for how super jumps work and for how burn kicks work. Specifically about instant air burn kicks. And then in terms of super jumps, I just want to know, can you cancel the pre-jump frames of super jump into something like parry? So like you would do a drive rush cancel for 2 bars maybe? Because something like that would be really cool, and I couldn't quite catch anything of that sort from the trailer. So I'm hoping the character guide will explain such a thing. That do be how she works. No disagreements with me there. See, because that looks like an instant air burn kick, but it seems to be a little bit slower than it was in 4, dare I say? Don't like quote me on that, but it feels slower. They seem to be very similar. Although the heavy one combo's from much further away, that shit would not have comboed in Street Fighter 4. Any Street Fighter 4 Viper players know that kind of thing would not connect in that game, so looks like they made buttons into Heavy Thunder Knuckle much more consistent. That's a very nice quality of life thing. And then that's the new follow-up, yeah. You can do it from the anti-air for 1 bar, which is interesting. Oh well, that's anti-climax attack. The way the EX version worked in 4 was that it would go basically full screen, near full screen, and it would side switch and hits, but this doesn't seem particularly exciting. Yeah, as these look to be the grounded versions. And those seem fairly similar. Yeah, and thankfully they are just safe, are still safe, so no issues there. At the very least, even if you do need to use the follow-up for plus frames. She will definitely be driver hungry though. All of these follow-ups will consume a gauge. The super jump will consume a gauge. Just to do like a super jump into a plus block drive kick is the burn kick is 2 drive gauges. Alright, this is what I'm here for. This is what it's all about. So we already know that the other way that otherwise works the same. Yeah, light holds your momentum, the other 2 don't. So that part's fine. This being a quadricycle forward input is messed up though. I will never remember that. Yeah, see, that looks slow to me. Maybe it's just the animation, but it feels slower than it was in 4. You can at the very least still do it quite low to the ground, at least from a super jump. We'll have to see how low you can do it from non-super jump. Wow, that's disappointing. That's really not a lot. I wanted them to go a little bit more in depth with... with the exact mechanics of burn kick. We'll figure it out once she releases, but I didn't really get answers to anything that I was asking. Oh well. So Seismo range seems to be very similar, except now the actual like attack range is very like clear. So that part's nice. In Street Fighter 4 it was sometimes kind of hard to tell where exactly it hits. You kind of had to feel it out. That comboing from mediums is crazy though. That'll be super nice. Because high jump now costs resources, there might not be much of a reason to do seismo chains. Maybe to like trade drive gauge and do the last hits if you really need to chip someone out. But yeah, it's not gonna be nearly as much of like an autopilot option as it was in 4, unfortunately. Oh, there we go. Hey, that's nice. But that stuff will be expensive. That'll be really expensive to do, that's kind of what worries me. Okay, this move is so hard to get a read on from just the trailers. It's basically like a focus attack type parry. But it'll be nice because you can use these to beat the eyes in burnout like JP can, and like Marissa can. And then yeah, you can focus projectiles, so that part's gonna be fun. Oh, classic costume. So SA1. I know some people were saying that SA1 is invuln. But like, they don't say Oh, what up, lovely BNB. Oh my goodness. This I think is kinda sad. The fact that you get to do it to once in burnout is so fucking... Yeah, I don't think that's invuln. Doesn't look like a... They would have mentioned it, right? Yeah, because they mentioned it for level 2. So she might not have a reversal. But again, if she can do... I talked about this a little bit earlier. If she can do instant air burn kick to call out throws and she can do focus to call out strikes, I think that'll be fine. I think she'll live. And then the level 3 is level 3. Many such cases. Yeah, alright. So I didn't exactly get to see a lot of the things that I wanted, actually neither one of those things. And I'm very worried about her defensive game, like especially in burnout. And I'm also worried about her drive gauge usage. But we'll see. I'm cautiously optimistic though. I'm cautiously optimistic. I really want to know how the burn kick execution is gonna go, and if you can do like cancels from super jump startup into like drive actions and so. If you can, I might actually play her on stick instead of hitbox, because I played her on stick in 4. I'll do a video talking about that later, where I'm gonna sort of discuss if I think she'll be better on box or stick, because I've been recently thinking that I might be switching back to stick for her. So do like and subscribe if that's something you'd be interested in, but yeah, she looks like a Viper. Which, when in the world of Street Fighter 6, I think that's about all I can ask. The last character was Sagat. None of the Sagat players liked it. I think I'll be fine. I'm super excited. I know I said that I'm like quitting fighting games. Nah, I might start grinding again. Be prepared. 2 more weeks.